We have Nimisha Raja, founder of Nim's Fruit Crisps. Each pack of Nim's one-ingredient fruit and veg crisps retains much of the nutritional content, including fiber and vitamin C, and counts as one of your five a day. Really, between 36 and 78 calories a pack, our multi-award-winning crisps are the perfect healthy snack for any occasion for adults and children alike. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? Very well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
That's all right. Thanks for coming. What should I call you, Nimisha or Nim?
Nimisha, please.
Nimisha. No worries. Can you just explain a bit about what gave you the idea and how you started out?
Yes, of course. I was looking for a healthy snack for children, really. I just felt most of the snacks weren't truly healthy, although they always say 100% natural. They weren't. It had about a list of 50 ingredients on the back of the pack. So I can't see how that's natural. So it was finding a snack for children that children wanted to eat and parents were happy for them to eat. And it was that marriage of where parents are always shoving fruit into the hands of children and children are always trying to get them to buy a packet of crisps. And I thought, well, mix the two together and there you go. Hopefully it's a perfect product for both parents and children.
Sure, it kind of bridges the gap between the two
Stop
things.
the arguments. It was more about the tantrums in the supermarkets and the coffee shops and, I want this, no, you can't have that. So wouldn't it be amazing if, parents and children were to say, yeah, I want that. Yes, you can have a packet of crisps. I think, and the idea is that we always think, we've got to bribe children with things. And we don't need to tell children this is healthy or anything. We just need to say, do you want a packet of crisps? And then hand them a packet of crisps. That is one of their 5 a day. And it's made just from fruit or vegetables. Yeah.
Wow, I'd love to try some. How did you? That'd be great. Wow.
I will do. We'll send you some.
What were the early days like when you started out? Something about a shed, I think I read.
Well, it was a shed, and then I upgraded to a garage. I mean, that was like momentous. It was. I converted to garage. Yeah, so when I became really big, I got into a garage. But yes, it was. It was. Working nights and weekends and making my own crisps and slicing them by hand and drying them and then packing them and labeling them and walking around to local shops. Saying, with a tray of fruit crisps, look, why don't you put this on the counter? Don't pay me any money. I'll come back next week, and if you've sold some, you can pay me for them. And it wasn't more a business then, it was more like market research to see if people like these products because they were so different. They still are, fairly unique. Not everybody understands what a fruit crisp is. We used to go to consumer shows and trade shows and say to people, would you like to try a fruit crisp? And they had no idea what it really meant. They thought, so if I said, oh, that's a pineapple crisp, they thought it was what we call an extruded snack, manufactured from lots of other ingredients and then flavored with pineapple. What they were quite amazed about was the fact that this is a pineapple that's been sliced and dried and it's crispy and therefore it's a pineapple crisp. So it was I know it sounds silly, but it was amazing for me to realize that people had difficulty getting their head around the concept because we're so used to eating all these complicated procedures that go into making a crisp or snack.
Yeah, I was going to ask you actually about the process. How did you come across the actual process of air drying?
Well, the air drying came a lot later. I just wanted to make crisps that were healthy and preferably made out of fruit. And what other? So I did lots and lots of research. And I mean, without the internet, I'm not sure I would have ever got here because I knew nothing about manufacturing or anything like that. So lots and lots of research went into how do I make dry fruit, processed fruit, if you like. And this freeze drying is one way. Drying is an age-old method, I'm sure is to put fruit and veg out in the sun and leave it to dry. Can't quite get away with that with health and safety nowadays, so I have a bit of a problem. But yes, it was a matter of finding a process that I felt kept lots of the nutrition and actually worked in making it crispy. A freeze drying sounded a bit artificial as well. So, and drying is not so artificial, really. You're just literally putting it in an oven or a dehydrator. Then air drying came a lot later because I was putting them in dehydrators. Again, I don't know if you know what they are. It's sort of hot ovens that with trays and you by hand put every slice separately, stick it in there for about 10, 12 hours. But it was important that we don't, in the process, kill all the nutrients. You know, I remember buying my daughter a fruit smoothie, a well-known brand, and it said just fruit, one of your 5 a day, but then you realize it's been pasteurized, which is at really high heat. No vitamin C left, hardly any fiber left or anything. So I wanted to find ways of retaining as much of the nutritional content, if you like. So yeah, all our fruit and veg crisps have lots of vitamins and fiber and everything else in it. Because we don't peel anything either, apart from pineapple. So all the fibers in the skin. Yeah, I have tried actually making crisps with pineapple skin as well, but no. I might send you some, see what you think.
Was it a bit chewy?
It's a tiny bit, and a bit, you know, makes your throat a bit sore with all the spiky bits of skin. Yeah, no, it didn't quite work.
No. But I'd love to
What's
try
your favourite crisp? What's your favourite crisp? What do you eat?
My favourite crisp ever?
Yes.
They're these ones, I can't remember what they're called now, but they're made, I think they're made from like lentils. And they're like snaps, but it's the chili and lemon flavour. You get them at Holland and Barrett, they're my favourites. Yeah.
They're great, a great balance actually, flavouring chili and lemon. They're really great. Yeah.
I enjoy them.
Mine's Walker's cheese and onion, actually, apart from Nims, of course.
You can't beat a cheese and onion crisp. Sorry, I had to pitch in there.
It used to be Golden Wonder. I used to love the Golden Wonder. Now I'm showing my age, but yes, moved on to the Walker's cheese and onion. That's my.
See, I never understood the Monster Munchers. Do you know I couldn't ever get that. I was never into my Monster Munch ever.
No, it was the first in the big bag of crisps as well, from what I remember. Wasn't it? It was a really huge bag as well, or maybe that was when I was little. I don't know, but it seemed very.
It was a longer, thinner bag, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Ringos.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Now we're going back a bit. You're showing your age now.
Well, I am 40 next week.
Oh well. What a happy birthday for next week then. I'm just a bit behind you.
So this very innovative product got the attention of the Queen's Awards.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I was at a networking thing at the town hall in Kent. Kent is so great, you know, to be a part of. I absolutely love working and being in Kent because there's such a great food community. And I happened to meet somebody who's involved in the Queen's Awards, and they said, "Oh, you know, you really should enter." Excuse me. I was talking to her. She said, "Oh, you really?" I said, "Oh, well, you know, Queen's Award. That's a bit, you know, high and very inspiring to be able to." Get one of those, but I didn't ever think we'd stand a chance, to be honest. But yes, we did it, and literally at the last minute submitted the application, and here we are. I was just totally blown away, and more so not because it's just a Queen's Award, but it's for innovation, which is what, you know, Nims is all about. What we're the only fruit crisp manufacturer. We're the only ones still doing the range that we are doing. Nobody else can quite get to that, and that's what's important to me, and that's what I love about doing what I do, is coming up with innovative products. So we also launched the first ever edible tea, if you like. So this is tea made of, and I think it's possibly a world first, tea made of air-dried fruit and vegetables, believe it or not, and you put them in an infuser or in a mug, put hot water in, and it infuses into a beautiful fruit tea that tastes of fruit, not of chemicals, not of oils, doesn't feel like there's oil in there. And then the fruit rehydrates back to its original state. Once you've drunk the tea, you can eat the fruit that's there, or put it on your cereal. So from picking an apple or a beetroot or whatever, not peeling it, making it into crisps, and then taking the bits that we take out of the crisp, which are too small, making that into a tea, which you then drink the tea and eat, is just a whole sustainable supply chain. There is absolutely no waste, again, apart from pineapple skin. I've got to find a use for that. But yeah, we have virtually no waste in any of our products or production process. So, which is an added bonus, I guess, as well.
And as you mentioned before, because of the process, you're not losing any of the nutrients, or
every process will lose a little bit. I'd say a high amount of it's still there. But yes, if you're having one of our teas, which you drink and eat, again, that's one of your 5 a day. That right there, So that's quite important. I don't like to hammer home the healthy side of it, because actually it's the taste and the flavor that I think wins most people over, not just the health aspect of it. That it is a truly true taste of fruit, and almost a concentrated, because we're extracting the water out of the product, so all you're left with is the intense flavor.
Yeah, I'd love to try it. I'd love to try that. I think we've got time for just one more question, if that's okay.
Sure.
What about the future then? What does the future hold for Nims?
Lots more innovation. We have lots of things in the pipeline. We're just launching a range of infusions. So these are orange, lemon, lime, grapefruit, all sorts of fruits for you to put into a drink. So whether it be to infuse a water bottle, or in gin. We work with a really great craft gin club for their infusion. So we work with them quite a lot. And they come up with lots and lots of different ideas, and we try and make that happen for them, so that it goes into their subscription boxes. So that's such a learning curve working with them. They're fantastic guys to work with. But yeah, that's our next launch, just 2-3 weeks time. And then a few other products coming. So I'll have to come back, and I'll make sure that next time I send you our innovation before I talk to you, and then you know what we're talking about.
No, we'd love to, yeah. You can have Nims Pims.
Nims and Pims is something I've been playing with, and I've actually put some posts up, tagging Pims, and the clock is ticking, they need to take up the offer quite soon before I give it to somebody else, but it has a nice sound to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you could sell them as like little gift bags. You've got your glass, exactly. You've got your bottle, and you've got the dried fruit. It's not going to spoil. Perfect.
And actually, cucumber goes with Pims, doesn't it? Do you put a cucumber in Pims? I'm not a great drinker. Would you put cucumber in Pims?
I think so. I shy away a little bit from those kind of summery sort of drinks.
Summer, that's a nice way of putting it. Okay, summer, because we do dry cucumber as well, and again, it just turns back into a slice of cucumber once you put it in a drink, and it's just amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I honestly didn't know that this stuff was possible. It's been an education, and thank you very much for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
No worries. We'd love to have you again, and we look forward to more of your innovations.
Thank you. Brilliant. Good luck. Thank you, Ben. Bye.
Thank you for coming on. Bye-bye.